What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gauntlet podcast, episode 22. So we've already been doing this for 22 weeks now, bringing you the best of the best, talking about football, talking about everything that's going on in the world of this great sport that we all love. So I'm joined with Dom, who's going by a different screen name today. Will, making his first appearance on the YouTube channel. He's been on the show before, but first time being here on YouTube with us. Diehard Carolina Panthers fan. And then JJ is distracted, but he was with us last week covering the Baltimore Ravens. So what's going on, gentlemen? How you guys all doing tonight?
I raised my hand because I had a question, because I feel like
what's your
even
question?
though it's stupid in elementary school, like when someone wants to speak, raise your hand, but I forgot what it was.
Okay, so you literally just wasted everyone's time for no reason. So thank you very much. And now we got some comments coming in. What's up, you guys? All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we are going to do, the first thing we're going to do, guys, is now hold on a second.
Jersey giveaway,
the first thing we're going to do is do the Jersey Raffle. So big time getting 1,400 subscribers. So now we're continuing to climb and grow. So it's really great. So we want to celebrate this, and we want to give away a free jersey of choice. So I entered all the names, all the people that entered the contest. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to spin the wheel, and may the best man win, guys. So here we go. Here's the moment everyone's been waiting for. Yes, Will, you're on there. Yes, you are. So you have a chance. And the wheel is spinning.
I wanted to have the 1,400.
And the winner is
Cortez.
James Warren. Congratulations to James Warren.
Hold on.
James, you can always direct message me on Twitter _Philly Jim. And let me know like what player that you want. And let me go.
Is he a Philly guy?
No, he is not. No, he is not.
If he's a Philly guy, he gets a Gardner Minshew jersey. Like, no questions asked.
I believe he is from North Carolina, actually. So I believe he's
going to get a Panthers jersey. He gets a Sam Darnold.
He can get a DJ Moore.
Hey, calm down.
So we're going to go ahead and remove this. And guys, so congratulations to James, and we're very happy to celebrate getting 1,400.
Can we do this again? Because Joseph's name was not there. I looked.
Well, you got to enter, bro. I didn't post it, but about 1 million.
You didn't fucking subscribe? You're part of the show, and you didn't?
I did subscribe.
Oh, granted, I did until a few days ago.
You have to. The rules were you subscribe, and you had to comment on one of my posts. What player you want?
I don't know that I did that. I didn't know you had that much content.
Those were the rules.
So I said, how you comment when you on the show? That's there, you know.
No, I meant like all the posts that were on Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
I didn't
comment. You're just supposed to leave a comment there. But we will definitely do this again once we hit 1,500, which I don't think will be very long from now.
The winner should get the jersey of our choosing. He gets the Sam Darnold.
No.
JC Horn.
Calm down.
He gets the pick.
He gets a Jared Goff.
I'm playing with house money.
All right.
All right, guys. So let's start with the big football talk. So we're going to start with, in my opinion, the biggest news that dropped this week. Bishop Sycamore.
Oh, God.
Going up against IMG, one of the biggest prep schools in the entire country. Where
you stole my idea and then made it a Facebook post.
No, I didn't. I was going to talk about this the whole time.
You did. Yes, the fuck.
No, I didn't. I was going to talk about this the whole time. I was going to talk about this the whole time. I was going to talk about this the whole time.
Not this. I said Facebook.
Let the man run his show. Let the man run.
Oh, are you talking about the Manti Te'o thing?
Yes.
I didn't know that you were going to make that joke.
Nothing to say.
How was I supposed to know you were going to make that joke? I didn't know you were going to make that joke.
I made it. You stole it.
I didn't fucking know. I didn't fucking know you were going to do that. I'm not a mind reader. Not a mind reader. But anyway, let's talk about the story that happened. So basically, Bishop Sycamore was like a fake high school. that got in touch with ESPN, and they pretty much finessed their way to get on national television and play one of the best prep schools in the world. And when they looked up the roster, half the players, they didn't know who they were. They lied and said they had a bunch of Division I recruits, which they didn't. Their coach also had like a few warrants for his arrest for fraud and like some other crimes that he did.
At
So
first, there was no coach.
honestly, bro, I don't know how they pulled this off. This is just really funny to me that they were even able to pull this off. Because how do you even do that? Like, you can just call ESPN and say you're a team, and then they'll come to your game, and then you're on national TV, bro. Like, they finessed their ways onto national TV. So that shit's crazy. What was your guys' thoughts about this whole thing? Dom, go ahead.
Did you guys read that testimonial or interview with the guy that played there?
No, what did he say?
No.
Oh my God, go read it.
Tell us what he said.
They were in a hotel for like 3 months. They never went to no classes ever. Then they moved into a house.
I
and
think I heard about
sleeping
that.
on the floor. It was crazy. But
It's so stupid.
So they didn't really.
just
It wasn't really like a real school. It was like
no, not at all.
It was basically like a rec facility
Yeah.
where they would like get together and work out like once a month.
Uh-huh.
It's just so stupid.
The dude that did the interview got finessed by like a brochure.
I'll say, Dom, let Will speak.
I think it's just stupid funny.
And to Will's point, basically, COVID either made people forget how to do their jobs, or they just don't want to admit that they were lazy and did miss the buck. Because from the articles I've read, after this whole thing blew up, you see all the stuff that was missed. How do you not go to the school website to see if the school was legitimate? Number one, how do you not contact the people that was supposed to be considered the athletic director, so to speak, through the website, because you would find out that it's blank? Number two, the whole athletic director of the school is basically trying to pass the buck and act like he didn't know what was going on. He's like, oh my gosh, this guy was like a brother to me.
Right.
I value him as a person, but right now we just need to go mutually part ways. No, mofo, you just wanted to say that I don't want to say I messed up. I don't know. And it's like there's no many. Just from what I've seen, there's so much that everybody is just trying to pass the blame. It's like, oh, we didn't know. Oh my God,
we didn't know. How do you not like? How are you a major company like ESPN, but you don't know something like this?
Who wants to fall on that sword?
You get your research department to look up that school, like Joe said.
Exactly, Will.
And call up
the
administrative office. If you hear a fake sounding thing, don't even believe it.
This may seem, and they said that if you looked up the bishop, bishop is usually related to Catholic schools in the archdiocese of whatever specific city. They didn't have that. They didn't have any of this stuff. I don't know. Hear me out for this, because I'm bringing this full circle. But I remember I was watching a movie called Scream 4, and the girl
that was shot in Northville.
The
town over from me.
Emma, whatever her name is, she was saying that in order to get famous, you don't have to go to school, do anything like that. You just have something really crazy and really out there to get you out there. And a part of me thinks that this is what happened. This whole thing is like, we took this as a joke, but we're going to see how far we can get with this, because we know when the news breaks, we're all going to be, whether it be famous in a good way or bad way, we're still going to get the attention, because this just is too crazy to sit here and think like, if you're doing your job, all it takes is to go to the website, and that'll raise the first question. You mean to tell me you guys didn't go on the website?
The root word of infamous is famous.
Right. And so that, to your point, so it's like, and then on top of that, they have, and then I was reading some of the players. Dude's going to the draft after high school. That means the man's 21 or something. He is grown as an adult in this game, playing the game. At the end of the day, they got their 15 minutes of fame, and that seems like what they wanted.
The crazy thing is
15 minutes of fame.
Trying to save face or set an example, ESPN is going to sue the shit out of the one or two people in charge, and or try to find a way to prosecute them, because clearly they did break some laws.
But like Craig had
Well,
said,
it's fucking ESPN's fault. How is ESPN like a major corporation and they don't have enough common sense to do research on a team? When they looked them up and they looked up these so-called 1-star recruits who said they were 5-star recruits, they couldn't find half the roster.
Some were no stars. Some were not even recruited. Some of them were no stars.
Or
and then the other guy,
20-year-old JUCO players.
And then the other one is sitting there thinking like, okay, the one dude, when I saw that tweet, he was like, he did research on this a long time ago and he kind of knew. So if you did research on this and you seen this game popping up, you mean to tell me you didn't put the news out before it happened? Like, everybody knew the schedule was here. And the reason why is because one of the teams I was on their roster was DeMatha in Maryland. And so DeMatha now just pulled out. And I'm sitting there thinking to the point what the guy Wes K said, nobody did their fact checking because any school.
Nobody did fact checking at all.
So if you were playing the school, you didn't scout them. But then I understand that because if you're a program like IMG, you think you're going to beat everybody. And 9 times out of 10, you do. So at the end of the day, you're not scouting on them because you already know you better. You're thinking like, whatever, I'm going to do what I do. But I'm just sitting there laughing. I'm like, yo, you guys really missed the ball here.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
Was y'all
did.
smoking?
It's worse than Manti Te'o.
Manti Te'o is something that happened.
Arguably worse.
There's plenty of people that had.
It's worse because ESPN is like heavily involved.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Actually, you know what? You're right. It is worse than Manti.
But see, even
Manti's not the first person to get catfished.
Even Manti Te'o's thing wasn't to me something that was like crazy, something because that's how the show Catfish was based off of.
Right. Well,
fake relationships.
It literally happens all the time.
Got over on one person. A collection of people got over on fucking ESPN. I love it. Love it.
No, I mean the Manti Te'o situation. That's normal. That happens like to millions of people. You know, so
it's not that normal, but okay.
It's pretty normal. It's pretty normal.
It's pretty common for people
to pretty
normal. Think somebody is somebody else. That's why they have these voiceover talks where you can
Stupid question, but Joe, have you seen the Catfish movie or documentary or whatever?
No.
Go watch it. It's what the whole show is based on. You know, I mean, do you at least know the story?
No, I don't.
What? I just not even gonna give it away. Then go watch it. I mean, you'll see. I can tell you.
Okay.
The boy that hosts the show,
all right, guys. We got more people in the chat, guys. Welcome to the Gauntlet Podcast. If your first time here, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We are trying to get back up to 1,500. Once we do that, we'll do another jersey giveaway. And congratulations to James Warren for winning the jersey. So we're going to talk about the NFL news of this week that's going on. We're going to start with some big injury news that took place. Running back of the Baltimore Ravens, unfortunately, J.K. Dobbins going down with a pretty bad knee injury. I do believe he tore his ACL. Joseph, your thoughts?
All right. My thoughts. First, I'm going to say Ravens Nation, the Ravens fan base is in disarray off this. Half of the fan base is upset because they think that John Harbaugh should not have played him. Should not have played, and the reason why he did that is and now it's just like this is the result of the thing. The other half of the group is like we have our players, we have Gus, we have other people who have been very productive in this system. Personally, only thing that's kind of is for me it's just the shock of the fact of is that the week before the season starts, we're going to go in without a piece that was going to be monumental to the series. At the end of the day, that is par for the course.
Right.
If this was 3 of 4 games in the preseason, you have to get your stars out there because if you're going to have stars not play the whole preseason,
right,
it takes time for them to get in shape. Granted, injuries happen. It's unfortunate. You cannot try to control something that's the most uncontrollable thing in this game, which is injuries. Now, in that sense, I'm like, y'all can get on him all you want. However, I'm more so looking at the future. Because right after Kenny Dixon's rookie season, where he looked like he was pretty good, he was expected to break out as well. And he got hurt the same second year of his year before the rookie season, before sophomore season started. And then he ended up playing only 2 years here out of 4. So at the end of the day, I do not want J.K. Dobbins to turn into Kenny Dixon, because if he turns into Kenny Dixon, it's going to be a huge loss, because part of our future in terms of the core is banking on J.K. Dobbins being here. With that said, I believe in Gus. I think Gus is going to do a very good job because he knows this system. He knows how to make it work. What's going to also be very important for us is that since he is more of an inside runner at the A and B gaps, he's not really like a slasher outside the box thing. Our guard play is going to have to be there. And so trading this guard Ben Bredeson today, I think is kind of a casualty of the whole J.K. Dobbins thing, because we could have did toss sweeps and did other like bootlegs for him, as opposed to now pretty much being a downhill, standard, old school I formation run scheme team. So it hurts.
I think Gus Edwards is the best backup in the league, not named Kareem Hunt.
We'll see.
Fair. I agree with that.
He's got the numbers, and it's not on 70 carries a year. It's on like 120, 130.
He's been getting closer to 1,000 each year.
I think he's better than J.K. Dobbins, or could be.
They were a perfect.
The issue is like you don't have a Gus Edwards to spell a Gus Edwards necessarily.
Well,
that tandem was amazing. Like I said, best tandem
were
outside of Cleveland.
The Ravens are one of the best rushing teams. So I mean, Lamar has his dynamic, which is a big part of his game.
But even then,
the other running backs are really good as well. So I don't think that their offense is really going to miss a beat, because Lamar does still bring that dynamic that you got to pay attention to. And then Gus Edwards and Justice Hill are also going to be effective. So I think the Ravens will be all right.
But the problem is a huge part of the development that we were looking for from Lamar Jackson was dependent upon the pass catching abilities of J.K. Dobbins out the backfield.
It's true.
So now with him gone, it is going. I have no doubt in thinking that we're still going to be fine. But I do know an added piece that was going to make us a little bit more explosive when it came from J.K. Dobbins out the backfield, whether he was catching screens or doing like the flat or your bailout, because he was going to be the one, as opposed to force feeding it. Sometimes you can bail it out to a running back like J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, in space.
J.K. Dobbins, in terms of how he can create lanes out of nowhere, it's very Ray Rice-esque for us when Joe Flacco had him, because Ray Rice could turn 5 defenders in front of him gone at the end of the day. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know he made a mistake and thought that his wife was Troy Polamalu.
He got made an example of.
But at the end of the day, yeah. But
I'm saying she probably 70% deserved that punch.
I wouldn't say all that. I would just
51.
I would sit here and say, regardless, I would have. If you were in a casino and you were drunk, bad situation.
He wasn't thinking back then like we do now, like, oh, fuck, there's a camera. Not saying what he did is okay, but what did she say to where he came from down low to up here and was like, yeah. He gave her the bone crusher.
That's another story. That's another story.
Yeah, another story.
He gave her the bone crusher.
That is another story.
You know my resume. I got the one-hitter quitter.
So how shocked were you guys when you heard that the New England Patriots were releasing quarterback Cam Newton and Mac Jones, rookie from Alabama, probably going to be the QB1 in New England? How are you guys feeling about that? Do you think it was the right move by the Patriots?
Who's their third stringer? Still
is Stidham still there?
Ryan Mallett.
It has a lot less.
Oh, they're going to go get Josh Rosen.
I think it has a lot. He's on the Falcons.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They did sign him.
I think it's a lot less to do with the vaccine than more to do if they did not think Cam was going to be the quarterback that they needed to get to where they want to get to this year. I don't think it has that.
I think it's a mix because Cam's not as good as he used to be. He still throws off his back foot.
Had a terrible year last
year.
Cam never improved on his weaknesses. Never did.
No, he didn't. And I experienced it firsthand as a Carolina Panther. He never improved on his accuracy, which was annoying.
It was his only weakness.
I agree with Joseph, but I think it's half and half. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. And not getting vaccinated doesn't help either because the whole NFL and the vaccine thing is just
he was never a fit with Bill Belichick. He's like
No,
the
I
opposite
I
of a Bill
knew-
Belichick quarterback.
I knew. What's up, Tyler?
Tyler is
I
asking, do you
knew-
remember when
comment
Jamal
did not
Lewis was
pop
pounding
in.
that rock?
But
Jamal
again,
Lewis, what?
again, now to his point, back to the other story, J.K. Dobbins gets hurt in his sophomore season 20 years after Jamal Lewis got hurt in his sophomore season and missed the whole year. And that was stopping us from possibly getting a chance to repeat as Super Bowl
Jamal
champs.
Lewis was a fucking monster.
He was really good.
Monster.
But to Will's point, I honestly think, and it's not saying anything negative about Cam, but Cam definitely has been the guy
saying
that is
everything
not
negative
used to
about
being
Cam.
told,
Everything.
he's going to lose his job or he's going to do this and this. And I kind of think that down the line this year, they said that eventually you had a chance that you were going to lose your job this year.
Oh
And-
yeah, for
Yo,
sure.
And he
hey,
didn't want that.
So what should
Speaking of
Cam Newton
Baltimore-
do right now? If you're Cam Newton, are you okay with being a backup?
Washington or Dallas?
I think it's the only option. If he
So if you're Washington,
To be a
is Cam an
backup.
upgrade over Fitzpatrick?
No, but you
No.
sign Cam and you start the Ryan Fitzpatrick story all over.
I
Okay.
think he needs to
That's fair.
realize he's not a QB1 anymore, and he should take a mentoring role if he
I want
can
him to
help
have to retire.
mentor someone.
Oh, I
He's
don't
not a
think he's,
QB1 anymore.
He'll
I
sign
agree. I
somewhere.
don't think he's starting caliber either. I think he's had his
Washington or
time,
Dallas.
and I think Cam's finished. I don't think he
Denver?
has
I do
it
too.
anymore.
He'll be
He's
a
Denver?
QB2 or done.
Did Marcus Mariota leave Oakland or Vegas?
No, he's still there.
No, he's still with them.
Okay. I mean, he can literally go anywhere and be a backup.
Yep.
Your,
Speaking of
your
backup
guys,
quarterbacks,
you guys need one.
Philadelphia Eagles made a trade this
Not
week,
Eagles.
sending a 6th-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars for quarterback Gardner Minshew, looking like the Eagles are not sold on Joe Flacco being behind Jalen Hurts. Has not looked very strong in the preseason or training camp as the QB2 behind Hurts. So
And if you,
Not what it is.
if you
Gardner
wanna talk-
Minshew, it is what it is, but I'm going to get to my point later on because it's two things. They're not comfortable with Flacco. They're not.
but
Flacco,
to your,
That's not it. But
he
keep going.
doesn't. He if he has to play 5-6 games, should Jalen Hurts get hurt, this team's going to be in
Joe
trouble. But
Flacco.
with Minshew, you will still have a fighting chance because let's face it, this guy's probably good enough to start for some teams in the league.
Gardner,
He is,
speaking
but-
of best backups in the league, is there a
He's
better
one of
backup
the,
than
he's
Gardner
probably one of the
Minshew?
best backups in the league. Yeah, but
Who's
here's the
better?
thing:
that
it
depends
is
on-
also a contingency plan if Jalen Hurts does not work out, because that possibility does exist, and I don't want it to exist because I want Jalen Hurts to be a really good quarterback. I want him to be the quarterback of the future for this team. But if he's not,
You can
Gardner
wish in one
Minshew
hand,
will be-
shit in the other. See what
James
you
about to
prefer.
feel. James is about to feel what I've been feeling about my team for the last 4 years.
Gardner
He about to
Minshew-
No, he
feel
won't.
this, bruh. He about to feel
No, he
Can I-
won't, Joe.
can I please finish
Your
my
team's
point?
been good.
Can I
His
please finish
hasn't.
my point?
Guys,
Can I please finish my point? It's also a contingency plan if Hurts doesn't work out. Minshew will be more like a bridge quarterback going into next season until the Eagles figure out what their plans for the future are. And that's only if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out. I think that Hurts will rise to this challenge, but I think it was a great move. I think it was a great move, and it was a smart move by the Eagles.
Did we talk about this before, Rugg?
No, this just
About
happened
how
this
I
week.
wanted no, not this, but I told you before how I wanted Jalen Hurts and Lincoln Riley as the head coach in
Right.
Detroit. I would love to see that.
So the thing is,
Or Baker
Lincoln Riley's
as
not
Michael
leaving
Mason
college.
project.
He hasn't made at Oklahoma. He's making too much money. He probably won't get a good the teams that are going to be firing their coaches. It probably won't be
that's every
the-
year, but
the
he's a
best
hot name.
desirable landing spots. You know,
Well, sure, good teams don't change head coaches like that.
he's not gonna. That's my point. He's not gonna come to the league at any point.
no,
Okay,
I
so-
thought
so it's funny thing that you mentioned about Flacco, because Dom had mentioned when he was talking about Stafford that the guy was complacent and said, I can make this money doing this. That's the very definition of Flacco. They probably seen that Flacco.
He got a fucking Super Bowl win, though.
He had a Super Bowl win, but at the end
Joe
of the day,
Flacco in the playoffs is fucking money.
But but
in the regular season, he's average though.
Don't try to give the credit to the defense.
No,
you know his numbers better than I do.
I'm not
playoff
saying
Joe
that.
Flacco.
Gardner Minshew in his 2 years,
money.
37 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
I don't care about that. Gardner Minshew's never played in the playoffs. Playoff Joe
So
Flacco is fucking money.
Playoff Joe Flacco hasn't been playoff Joe Flacco since he was with the Ravens. And that was how long ago?
Well, sure. Now he got paid. He's the first one I remember getting a huge contract after he earned it though.
And so, but I think it's more so the sense of your backup's kind of got to be someone that is ready to go when he needs to, but is always going to be there to mentor and be your picker-upper type person. And that's not Flacco. Flacco has never been that guy.
You know what's funny about
always
Flacco?
Been someone. He's the
Joe.
Philip Rivers of the new era. He's more insistent and important about taking care of his kids. No, I'm saying, but taking care of his kids because he got like 6 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Flacco's got 6 kids, and so it's like he's had a kid every offseason after getting paid, basically.
Listen,
you know,
you're telling me that Gardner Minshew is going to be the third stringer.
Did you ever see Joe Flacco's college skills competition?
You talking about when he threw the ball off just standing there for like 80 yards?
I didn't know a fucking thing about Joe Flacco. I happened to flip to ESPN.
He went to a small school in Delaware.
Who the fuck is this guy? He's got a fucking
He started at Pitt, and then he left Pitt and went to Delaware.
Cannon.
Because he was part of the team that had Tyler Palko, and then they lost. He couldn't beat out Tyler
Joe
Palko.
Flacco's got one of the 10 best arms I've ever watched in an NFL game from the last
but I think
30 years.
Okay, that doesn't change anything. Flacco's washed. He's cooked.
Yeah, now.
If you paid attention to him since he's been with the Eagles, it hasn't looked good. The Eagles knew that. If Jalen Hurts goes down, they're in trouble. Gardner Minshew gives them a better chance than Joe Flacco would. That's why they made the move.
Matter. You're only winning 4 games.
And he's going to give them a better
According to you, we're only winning 4 games. But
I was going to ask you earlier. Do we agree on this bet? What are we betting? Let's bet real money. $20? Nothing crazy.
But the Joseph Sirianni just made a good point. At the end of the day, if you know Gardner's coming in, Gardner's not going to come in all like, oh, whatever. Gardner's going to come in and try to win. He's going to come in and try to do his job.
Giveaway. Let's bet an Eagles Randall Cunningham era Darius Slay jersey.
Those don't exist. Unless you want to fake one. I'll get you a fake one.
It won't be that fake.
Anything that's not authentic is fake. So
there's good fakes.
Kind of fake. Okay, if you want it, I'll get it for you.
Then we have to wait.
If you win.
Only if you lose.
If you win, I'll get you the jersey.
The Eagles don't have a sweet alternate. I want a Travis Fulgham.
We have these, the black ones.
These
are our
sweet.
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
This would be sweet.
You don't like our all black? You think that's sweet? You think that's sweeter than this?
Super sweet.
Dude,
Wear it one more time. I'm going to mail it out the day after.
Blue and yellow.
No. You are so disrespectful, bro.
I had a
mailing it out to you when I get my Philly Gym shirt.
That's what you said like 9 months ago.
You're right. I still haven't mailed Brad his Stevie Johnson Bills jersey either.
Okay. So other than that, guys, just a recap of the preseason. A lot of teams just didn't play their starters. Some teams played them for a little bit. So overall, I'm not really impressed. The Eagles barely played anybody. A lot of teams barely played anybody. So the preseason this year, there were some good moments, I think, but overall, it was just a wash. And I think that teams value joint practices more than they value the preseason. So those are just my thoughts on this year's preseason and everything. So I don't really have much to say about it. It's just kind of a wash to me. Jay's here with us.
Next
J-Dog
week,
checking in
surprise signings.
Did you get the new furniture in your place?
There's Jay.
No, not yet. Not yet. It's
Why
on
your
the way
head
though.
look so tiny?
What up?
Get a sectional couch.
I'm actually thinking about that. Actually,
Get your new
No,
recliner, boss.
I was
Gonna need
impressed
that during
by.
the season.
I was impressed
yeah,
by the
absolutely.
Panthers.
Yeah, paying
Terrence
Deshaun
Marshall.
Watson that $10 million to sit.
I think.
All right,
Terrence
so we're just
Marshall-
talking about the preseason
Hold on.
right now.
Hold on. Will was saying something about Terrence Marshall.
Go ahead,
I
Will.
think he's.
Waste.
I was impressed by Darnold in the preseason. I think he's going to have a
Said
very
no one ever.
underrated year. I think he's going to have good numbers. I'm not going to say he's going to be phenomenal. I think he's going to be good.
He's gonna be phenomenal.
Terrence
You
Marshall.
were impressed those 2 series that he played? What did he play?
He
3?
played well. He looks ready.
The
Okay,
Panthers
what did he play?
receiving
3
core.
series?
The Panthers
The
receiving
Panthers
core is
receiving core
loaded.
It's Sam Darnold, bro.
Their
Dude,
receiving
give him
core
a
is
chance.
loaded.
Robbie
That receiving
Anderson.
core is sweet.
DJ
Robbie
Moore is
Anderson, who's
sweet.
a beast.
Sweet.
DJ
DJ
Moore
Moore
is sweet, bro.
DJ Moore might be the most underrated receiver in the league.
And no, hear
He
this.
is. He is sweet.
Terrence Marshall, I think, is one of the steals in the draft. He
Robbie
is
Anderson's sweet.
so good.
I think I like Robbie Anderson a lot.
And I
A
love
lot.
Terrence Marshall. And Chuba Hubbard.
They're
Chuba
loaded at
Hubbard's actually
receiver, bro.
playing pretty well for
They
us,
are.
too.
Chuba Hubbard.
They got Kirk
Yeah,
Hill.
that might be a better receiving core than Denver.
Oh, yeah, by far.
But we ended up trading 2 picks and getting one back for like Denver's like 4th or 5th receiver.
No, I think the Panthers are going to have a 9-win year. But I
Do you
love
want to
our
bet?
receiving court.
Do you want to bet?
What, you think it's more?
No, he thinks you guys are
more,
going to win like 2
less.
games.
$100 says you don't win 9.
I'm saying 9 or 8. I'm not betting. I don't bet money on that.
I'll
Andy and
bet,
McCaffrey.
I'll bet
like Joseph
50
said.
you don't win 8.
Dude, just do like a different kind of bet, like shots or
Shot.
something.
I don't have shots
No, it's such an
near
easy
me. I don't
bet.
know anymore.
I want to bet money because it's
If they had a better coaching staff, Cam could go to the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
That's true.
they would need a better roster as well.
Yeah, they would.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So, man, fuck Bob.
He's probably a
McNair.
upgrade
What's
over
his name, right?
Tyrod. But I don't know,
No,
man. I
what
don't think
should have
I just
happened,
don't think
like,
Cam
4
has
months
what it
ago?
takes anymore.
4 months ago is Carolina should have traded McCaffrey and 3 less draft picks for Deshaun Watson.
No, they shouldn't have. That's ridiculous. Deshaun
Why?
Watson has so much shit going on around him that the Houston Texans asking price is ridiculous. They have no
Right.
reason to be making these demands. If he clears
No,
his
it was
charges,
like crazy.
That's
then
why
you can
do
make
that
the
shit.
demands. But right now,
You do
his
that
stock
shit
should be no more than a
immediately
first round
once the shit
pick.
Came out. You traded 3 that are ultimately injury prone. Christian McCaffrey. You saved 3 draft picks and you got fucking Deshaun Watson.
I think
Even
Christian
if he misses
McCaffrey's
a
going to
whole
have a
year.
bounce back here. Do I think he's going to have 2,000 yards? Hell no. But he's going to have a bounce back year.
We'll see
So you're
about that,
saying
man.
absolutely nothing. He was
I
hurt.
think
Yeah,
that
he'll
I
have a
think
bounce back
McCaffrey's a
year.
baller,
Sure.
I do
but
too.
they got a lot of weapons. They're going to spread the ball around a lot. So
Yep.
I don't know if he'd get 2,000 yards for that reason.
No.
Jay-
I don't
2,000
expect
total,
him
he
to.
means.
Jay, give us a Houston Texans breakdown, buddy.
Please do.
Yeah, I just heard the news this week that the Houston Texans are actually preparing to have Deshaun Watson inactive for every single game. So what are your thoughts on that?
it's expected. I mean, we're pretty much expecting him to hit the commissioner's exempt list any day now. I don't blame the Dolphins or any other team for not entertaining. Well, I think the closest right now is Miami, but they said the asking price is too high. You know, I get it. No one wants to pay for a quarterback whose immediate future is in question. So if I was Miami, yeah, I'd be like, hey, come talk to us when all that other legal shit is done. You know, outside of that, as far as the preseason didn't look too bad. I do feel like it's the right call having Tyrod go forward as a starter. Maybe he's a stopgap
Tyrod.
between now and the next quarterback of the future. Or he may surprise us all and win a playoff game. We've seen better things. We've seen wider things before. So,
Jay,
like this, he's the Super
Jay,
Bowl
don't-
winning quarterback.
Don't go drafting one of those quarterbacks next year.
Which one?
You don't think Sam
None
of
Howell's
them.
going to be good? I think Sam
Spencer
Howell's going to
Rattler's
be
good,
average.
dude. He'll be good.
None of them. Because this far in advance, years ago, people were talking about fucking Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah.
Wait
About
it out.
Ben.
There's other than Trevor Lawrence, and I don't even know who the last one was. Probably Andrew Luck.
Sam Howell's going
You
to be
don't
good.
hear
I
about
think Sam
quarterbacks that are
Howell's
that
going to
good
be an
this far in
average
advance.
NFL QB.
Well, you know who, and I mean, in as much as I don't,
You
as
you
much
don't
as I
want
like,
the next Zach Wilson.
as
Brother,
much as
you
Hello.
don't.
well,
I do
hang on.
think.
Yeah, you
I
actually
do
want a
think-
quarterback who can hit puberty, unlike Zach
I do
Wilson.
think. I do think
well,
I think the teams in 2018 scored on their quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Allen, best one, called it.
I actually
How many MVPs
got
does Josh Allen have?
He'll,
None.
okay,
So
whatever.
how many does Lamar have?
One.
So
So
Josh
we're talking
Allen's better
about
than
regular
Lamar.
season awards?
They have the same.
Mahomes-
It's an
number- they have the-
Super Bowl
MVP.
title.
It's not just a regular
They have-
season award. It's a fucking MVP.
It's
have the same-
Aaron
a
Rodgers has
regular-
3 of
it's-
them.
It's based upon regular season accomplishments, Russell Westbrook.
Peyton Manning has what? 4 MVPs?
4.
He's got 4.
Yeah.
Tom
Well,
Brady has
yeah,
3. Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers has 3. So
They have the
MVP is a
same-
meaningless award now. Since when did this?
Kind of,
when did this
yeah.
come about?
Kind of.
I'm
yeah.
confused.
When it
Not
fits the
meaningless.
narrative. When it fits the
We're
narrative.
not talking about MVPs. We're talking about all-time great quarterbacks. Talking about fucking Rams.
And you're saying Josh Allen is better than Lamar based off of one season. He had a good
he's better
season
than
last
Patrick
year.
Mahomes
A
as
lot
well.
of guys can be good for a year when they don't have a target on their back. Josh Allen has the expectations. Is he going to
You're right,
perform
you're
the
right,
same way
you're
he did
right.
last year with the
And he got the-
expectations on him? We'll see.
I expect his completion percentage to drop a little. Everything else will be the same.
The jury is still out for them. I
Okay.
think Lamar is the talented quarterback, but so far Josh Allen has taken his team further. So
One
I mean, who
game.
knows? We'll see.
We'll see
Honestly,
about
at
that,
this
man.
point, they're both in the same boat. 1 year behind. Like Lamar can't win those big playoff games, and now neither can Josh Allen.
Lamar won a playoff game last year.
Lamar won last
He
year.
did, yeah,
Lamar
one,
played in
one
2
last
playoff
year,
games,
but that's
right?
the one that he really needed to.
He played in 2.
So, like I said,
He lost his first one. He won the second
he's
one.
1 year ahead of Josh Allen.
They came out in the same draft. What do you
I
mean
know,
he's
no,
1
I
year
know,
ahead?
I know. I'm just saying.
They're both good to me. I think they're both going to be fine.
They're both
I think-
good, but
And
until
Oklahoma quarterback, he don't like
Josh Allen's way
until
better.
he shows the consistency, I'm just saying we've seen dudes that's played for one season and then everyone has all these expectations because he had a great year last year. He's going to continue to do what he did. He's going to be even better, and then they're not even better. You understand what I'm saying here? Like he has the target on his back now.
He was good before that. He just had a shitty completion percentage, and then
He wasn't
improved
good
that
before that.
drastically.
He wasn't good before that.
Drastically.
He was
Josh Allen has a higher
extremely.
ceiling than- Josh
He
Allen
was an
has a higher
extremely
ceiling than
inaccurate
Lamar Jackson.
passer. He improved drastically last season. But
Sure did.
now he has expectations, bro. He has it
Yeah,
on
they
him.
might
Everyone
level
is
out.
expecting Josh Allen to be the next big thing in the NFL.
He's
So
got a
can
higher
he
ceiling
handle
than
the
Lamar Jackson.
expectations?
And
Higher
they-
ceiling than Lamar Jackson. That's why he got
And-
drafted that high.
Well,
No, he doesn't have a
Lamar
higher
has
ceiling.
the expectations
fuck
and he
he
has
does.
the
have a
hate.
higher ceiling. I will never agree to that. He does not have a higher ceiling. Just because you want to sit here and say he had one good year, and at the end of the day, they overpaid him on this one so far. So you better pull up and do something.
That's what I
If you
think
don't,
too.
You better think about that. You better
I
hope.
agree.
You better
Okay.
you better hope the person that jumps you to that level now.
Let me say
on
this.
does not get hurt.
Let me make
Because
this
if he
point.
gets hurt,
Let me make this point about Lamar. Lamar continues to rise above all the criticism, all the shit that people say about him. He rises above it. Every year, there's these people that are writing articles about him, people in the media, coaches, like anonymous coaches are talking about him. This is going to be the year that everyone figures out Lamar Jackson. It feels like people says that they're going to figure him out every year. So I think
every
people
year.
has figured out Lamar Jackson, but Figuring out how to stop somebody and actually stopping it is two different things. That's why people can't actually stop Lamar yet.
To your
Yeah,
point.
I saw an article about that.
You said
Literally about figuring out Lamar Jackson.
They said after
it hasn't happened yet.
Hold on, to your point, they said after 2018, he's been figured out. He wins MVP in 2019. Okay, after 2019, he's been figured out. He helps his team win this first playoffs game in about 4 years. Every time you say he's been figured out, the Ravens seem to be doing much better.
Saying. I read an article about it.
He hasn't been figured out, because if he has been figured out, y'all do a horrible job because you can't stop it. If you know what you know, you can stop something that's so easy to figure out, right? But you can't.
The only reason I want to see Lamar Jackson fail.
Thank you, Wes.
I was just about to say it. See,
I want to see the Ohio teams on
when
top
James
of
was
that
talking
division
just
for
now,
10 years.
When James was talking just now, he was doing more than just addressing Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. He was reliving Wentz all over again. Wentz was a front runner.
Carson Wentz was not the same after he tore his ACL.
He was not the same afterwards. No, he wasn't.
And they gave him $130+ million based on what he did before his ACL. Every year in the Eagle fan base, what was people saying? Oh, Wentz, we need him to return to his MVP form. We need him to return to his MVP form. We need him to return to his MVP form. Now he's with Indianapolis with Frank Reich, who people believe is going to all of a sudden make him return to his MVP form. It doesn't always happen. Some guys have 1 year. Some guys have 1 year and then they burn out after that. Like, it's just a flash and it's gone.
Can I please have Carson Wentz instead of Jared Goff? Please?
Ask the Indianapolis Colts. Ask the Indianapolis Colts.
I've got to run. I'll talk to you guys some more.
All right, take care, Will. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Sorry for the short show for me.
No, man, it's cool, bro. Take care. We'll see you next time.
You guys have a good one.
You too, man.
Later, man.
That poor Panthers fan.
I will. But what time is it?
Time for you to go watch.
9, 16,
no, but I'm saying,
17.
Like, at the end of the day, like
time for the Ravens
like,
to lose to the Lions.
Well, you can try. You know,
what are we betting?
We're betting a profile. I don't do anything.
Why are you so like? Why do you love losing money so much?
Usually it's like shots or beers. That 1 year in all sports, I literally had like 10 or 11 matchups. I think I finished like.
So you enjoy
5 and 6.
And Mark Barron, who just loses shot bets all the time.
No, I beat Mark Barron because he poured 1.5 of those 3 shots on his shirt and chest.
I know if Mark Barron is posting that he's drunk at like 1 p.m.
He's definitely drunk.
Or 1 a.m.
About 28 points.
Anywhere in between.
Yeah, if he's a great
admin for that. Like, he's a great admin for that group. Like, he posts shit all the time, drunk or sober. He used to post a lot more funny shit on his personal page at like 2 a.m, and it was like drunk Barron thoughts.
I do want to get back to James's thing real quick though on the whole preseason thing. It's not for fans. Preseason is not for us. Preseason is for the teams. It is for them to figure out who's going to be on their thing. So none of us are going to like it. Of course, we ain't going to like it because we sitting there want to see flash, pizzazz, and everything. These coaches want to make sure they get the right players. And
Joseph wants to know.
Joseph Sirianni said thoughts on the Browns.
If there's a team, if there was a time for them to show that they belong as the new kings of this North, it is now. This is their best shot to beat everybody, and you can't just beat Pittsburgh. You got to beat Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the same season.
Pittsburgh's not.
Pittsburgh's not even that good. They have to be
regardless of what them not even that good or not. They still them and
no. You're right. You're right.
Them and Baltimore finished above them.
You're right.
At the end of the day, if you want to say that you're better than the 2 teams that you are below, you got to beat them both in the same season. Baker 1 and 3 against us. 1 and 3. And on both times, he's been crushed twice. He's been crushed twice.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Baker's
granted,
not good
the reason why I say
teams.
I think the Browns have the most well-balanced team in the division.
The best roster in the NFL.
I think they have a good defense. I think their offense is really good. Baker is not the best quarterback in the league, but he's good enough to win you games. He's not going to
Yeah.
lose
I don't
games
think-
for you. So, yeah, I like the
Only thing
Browns. I think the
stopping
Browns
them
are going to
from a
win the
long
AFC
playoff
North this
run.
season.
I don't
Is
think they're the most
Baker or a rash
balanced.
of
I don't think they're the
injuries?
most balanced team because I think Baltimore is just as balanced. But however, the one thing Baltimore has that they do not is that Baltimore's had a team that's played together for the last 3 years. So if anyone knows each other and knows their ins and outs and how to be great, as opposed to a new team with new defenders on the defense and new
I'll give you
offensive
that.
players like they do, it's going to take continuity. And the simple fact of the matter is, every reason why Baltimore is so successful is because everybody knows what to expect of each other. Everybody knows how to play with each other. And this offense is in full control for Lamar. That being said, I do think this is going to be the toughest year for us to come out on top. I still got us at 12-5, and I got them at 10-7 or 11-6. But I do think it is not going to be easy to win these games because we played them twice in the last 5 weeks at the end of the year.
Here goes
The
Tyler.
AFC North is going to
Red
be
on
settled
hope.
at the end of the year. So
The Broncos. Keep in mind they're also getting back their first and second or first and third round picks from last year, both defensive backs where they were weak, the back four, Greedy Williams and Grant Delpit. Plus they got arguably the best free agent safety. Josh Johnson from the Rams.
Mhm.
That
It takes
roster
time.
is stacked. The only thing stopping Cleveland is Baker Mayfield or a rash of injuries. But I don't think
Or
they
the
can
Baltimore
beat Kansas
Ravens.
City.
Or the Baltimore
The
Ravens.
Browns need Buffalo to beat Kansas City, proving my point that Josh Allen's better. And then maybe the Browns could beat Buffalo. Maybe.
What if Cleveland beats Buffalo?
They could.
I have
I'm just saying, I don't-
Cleveland over Buffalo right now.
So what if Cleveland beats Buffalo and loses to Baltimore twice?
Are we talking about like in the playoffs?
I'm talking about
no,
period,
we're
but
not
they
talking
still-
about regular season.
But I'm saying, but I'm saying,
I don't think the Ravens are going to sweep them. I think it'll be a
I
split.
don't think Baltimore beats
I think it'll be a
anyone
split.
twice in your division, including Cincinnati.
you really don't know this division. Let's just say that. Okay, let's just say
No,
that.
I do.
I
If Joe
don't
Burrow-
see it being a
if
sweep.
Joe
You
Burrow's
I don't
really
see it
healthy
being
don't
a
for
know
both
sweep.
this
games,
division. You really
if
don't
Joe
know.
Burrow's healthy for both games, Cincy wins one of those games.
Only
No, they
the only
don't.
team that
Cincinnati
really
is
split- the
they
only team
they
that
have
really
no
split-
chance. They'll win like 3 games this season.
And to be honest,
more
with
than
you,
that.
and this you can say this as a bold. You
They'll
can say
win
this as a
3.
bold
If they
take,
win
as
more
good-
than 3, I'll be so shocked.
And as good.
If Joe
and as
Burrow's
good as I
healthy,
just-
they win more than 3. I
And
promise.
as much as
Okay,
I've given them
maybe 4. Maybe.
as much as I've
4 or
given them
5.
confidence, as well as being as good a team as Cleveland, I'm be honest with you. Of my 12 wins, I got 2 against Cleveland. I don't think they're going to beat
I don't
us.
see it,
I
bro.
still think they have a chance to do it.
I don't see
Okay,
it.
well there it is.
But
You
I
sweep
don't think they're going
Cleveland
to
and
beat
you
us.
split with Cincy. Those 4 games, you're not.
I mean,
winning
you
all
guys
the
can
Cleveland
still
and split
sweep
with-
the Browns and not win the AFC North.
The Browns have to sweep both Pittsburgh and Baltimore to win
I don't
the AFC
believe
North.
that.
They have to.
I don't believe that. They just need to go.
I'm not quite getting off on Pittsburgh because at the end of the day, I have to.
If
give
they
Tom
win
the credit.
4 out of
On
6
the
of their
third-
division games, they'll be fine.
Pittsburgh's
yeah.
not winning more than 8 games.
No,
Don't
I
worry
think
about
I
Pittsburgh.
don't think they're going to get. I think people can get on Pittsburgh all they want, but this was a team that went 8-8 with pretty much third stringers 2 years ago. And at the end of the day, they went 11-5.
That was Mike Tomlin's
with
best coaching job ever.
But my point
that
is,
8-18.
they added players to their team that they needed. Then, as far as the terms like that,
They lost a
And
lot of
O-line-
key players too, though.
Pittsburgh's offensive line is
On
as
both
bad
sides
as
of the
it's been
ball.
in probably 20 years.
No. At the end of the
15.
day, there's something about another team that's just been together as long as they have. There's something to continuity that people seem to forget when it comes to people, especially with the team whose quarterback actually had the smallest release time in his entire career last year. Ben doesn't hold the ball 24 hours a day now. He gets that ball out real
He's
quick.
old and fat, and their O-line is bad. Below
Tyler
average
is trying to say
bad.
like the Browns have the high expectations now. So like, can they handle that?
You limit Baker's passing
And they're the-
attempts. When he throws the ball less than 30 times, they win almost all of the time. Look, how many games did Nick Chubb miss last year and they still made the playoffs? You get a healthy Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, that's an 11 or 12 win team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got a guy. They got a guy behind him.
And look
also.
at their
that.
roster.
They're
William
pretty decent
Engel
running
wants to
backs.
know, do I think that Jalen Hurts is going to produce this season? Yeah, I do. I think the team
win.
believes in him. I think he carries himself like a leader. I think he has the
Do
confidence and the
they?
swagger. He just has to
Do
put it
they?
all together.
Gardner
Um,
Minshew, do they?
I think he's in a, we have a different offense that's going to be less predictable. He has chemistry with Devonta Smith. So I think he's going to go out there and he's going to give his best shot and try to show the Philadelphia Eagles that he's going to be the franchise quarterback of this team. So I think he has all the tools to succeed. It's just a matter of can he be consistent and put it together.
You hope so. It'd be
I
awesome.
really do hope so. I don't want to start over another
I get
quarterback.
it. But the main reason is you hope so because he's on a rookie deal for a second or third rounder for 2 or 3 more years.
I got a question for you.
That's how you win in the NFL. That is how you win titles.
Let's
Joe
compete again.
Flacco.
Let's
Joe
compete
Flacco.
again. Okay, again. Let's
on
compete
his
again.
rookie deal. That's how you won that Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Joseph.
I was about to say he won that Super Bowl. Yeah. As a QB, is the Philly
Exactly, Joe
quarterback going to do better
Sirianni.
than
Not if, when.
If Chubb gets rolling, bring it. When? Until you beat us, you're not going to get the confidence.
We'll run
You can't
right
get
the
confidence
fuck
until
over
beat
you.
them.
And then
Chubb
while you're
ran
laying
over
on
us.
the ground, bleeding
Chubb
and panting for
Chubb's
air,
one of
here
the best
comes
running backs in the
Chubb.
league,
Hold
bro.
on. Chubb ran over us, and they still came.
Come on, bro. It was a close game, though. That was one of the best games
So
of all
try
last
again
season.
with the Chubb.
When you're lying on the ground, bleeding and panting
I'm
for
talking
air
about
from
since Chubb
Nick
has been here.
Chubb,
I'm
here
talking about
comes
since Chubb
Kareem
has,
Hunt.
I'm talking about since Chubb has hit the. I'm talking about when Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they've been on this team. Again, y'all can say what you want, but until you beat the team, I'm not going to tell you you're better than the team. Beat them. But you can't beat them.
Okay.
I mean, finish above them, and then we'll give you your credit. So, yeah, bring on Chubb. We're used to that. We're a running team as
You're
well.
right. You're right.
And at the
They
end
do
of the
have
day,
to
when
beat
Chubb
you.
got off on us, they have to beat us.
I'm with you.
As far as
All right.
my question to James is that quarterback and who's going to have a better year, the Philly quarterback or the Miami quarterback?
Good question.
That's a good one. I'm saying
I
Jalen
think
Hurts.
that-
Alabama all over again.
First of all, I think
I
they're
say
both
Hurts.
going to be good.
Are we
I
saying
think they're
wins
both
or
gonna be
stats or what?
But I'm going to give it to Jalen. I think Jalen's in a better situation. I think that y'all sleep
No,
on what the Eagles are really bringing back that they didn't have
not in a
last
better
year.
situation, but keep going.
Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks on the right side of the line. They are 2 of the best in the league. Jason Kelsey, best center in the league. Jordan Milano was a 7th-round pick, and he's turned into a great starting left tackle. He's got a good offensive line. He has a receiving core with Devonta Smith, who he knows very well since his college days.
Yep.
Devonta Smith, who already, as a rookie, is an elite route
He was
runner.
on the team with Jalen?
You've got to
And he's
mention
shaking
number
people.
one, and you release
He's
your best
shaking people
receiver.
that are veteran corners that are like 10 years in the league. He's shaking them out of their boots, getting separation every play.
Yep.
Jalen Reagor,
And-
everyone talks about Justin Jefferson. He has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to take a step forward.
I'm
Les
looking for
Watkins
Reagor for
is
I'm
explosive.
looking for Reagor for a big bounce back.
We have a receiving core that's young and ready to do this thing. We have a good offensive line. So I feel like Jalen Hurts has everything he needs around him to succeed.
Miami's surrounding
biggest
talent.
hesitation
Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Jalen. Hey,
No, you
hang
go
on.
ahead.
Okay.
Two more points to add to James's and why I favor Hurts over Tua. Number one, the
Me
playbook doesn't scare Jalen Hurts. It scared Tua last year. Number two, Hurts is not afraid to put the ball down the field. Tua still has the itchies. So just off
Hurts
that
is
alone,
unbothered.
I'm giving
It's
it
not
to
even
Hurts.
afraid. Hurts can. Tua cannot.
What are you talking about?
He's saying
Tell me
Tua
the last time you saw Tua
cannot
throw a deep ball.
So you're saying you think Tua is just skittish, so that's why you have more confidence in
No,
Hurts.
I'm saying his arm is weak. Tua
Well, I
is
mean,
in a
Hurts
way
does
better
not have like the
situation.
strongest arm either.
I think he's as of right now. I think
He has a
Tua's in a
decent
way
arm.
better situation for the rest of the roster. Hurts is the better quarterback.
Yeah.
Hurts is
Yeah.
more athletic, better arm, which isn't to say great arm, but better than Tua's. He's just better.
That weak arm didn't stop him from losing his college position.
Why else would Miami be trying to trade the world for Watson when they just took a dude in the
I
first
thought
round?
that Matt Pryor in a 7th was a good trade for 2022 6. It was a good move considered Pryor was already on the bubble. Yeah, Matt Pryor probably was going to make this roster. The Eagles traded 6th-round pick for Gardner Minshew, and they essentially get a 6th-round pick back. So it was a pretty good move. But let's move on, guys, and let's talk about our player of the week, Mr. Brian Dawkins. And I am wearing the Brian Dawkins jersey tonight.
Weapon X.
So one of my favorite players of all time. So I'm glad
you
we're
put this
finally
to
getting to
a
talk about
Philly
him.
Jim vote.
The man who
instead of
was
a
the
Gauntlet
most,
vote?
the man who was the most intimidating in all black with the
I
mic.
used both of the polls.
Okay,
So
yeah,
he was
now I
the fourth.
understand.
He's a 4-time first-team All-Pro. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler. Inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2018. Had a good college career with Clemson as well. He was a second-team All-American and first-team
I didn't know he went there.
All-ACC.
Yeah.
Only
1,147
1,147 tackles for his career, 26 tackles, 36 forced fumbles, and 37 interceptions. So, as an Eagles fan, I can just tell you guys right now that I do think, even if I'm a little bit biased, I do think he's one of the greatest to ever play the safety position. He brought the energy, the juice, the leadership to this team. He was the heart and soul of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, the whole team. Heart and soul of really all of Philadelphia sports. His energy is just unmatched. So I think Brian Dawkins is amazing, man. I absolutely love him.
He made the visor look good. He was the most intimidating player with the
That
visor
was Jim McMahon,
on.
but keep going.
Nah, I'll take Brian Dawkins for my sake. That was where I grew up and watched because he looked very intimidating with that. He put Darrell Jackson on the stretcher.
He put a lot of people on the stretcher.
Hey,
I feel like Brian Dawkins is what Sean Taylor could have been.
Hey, James.
Is that fair to say?
Wasn't that Doc that folded up Reggie Bush in that playoff game?
No, that wasn't. That was
Brown.
That was Sheldon Brown.
That was Sheldon Brown. My bad.
He destroyed him though. Every Eagles fan remembers that game.
Brian Dawkins, because I think Brian Dawkins is also a very spiritual man, a very religious man at that as well.
Yes,
Brian Dawkins, as a fan of a team who had a great safety, I respect the safety in terms of Brian Dawkins. At the end of the day, I do like what he presented. He moved from free to strong because he ran strong safety in Denver.
Played multiple positions.
He did both. He did both. So he did strong safety, free safety. Unlike a certain safety in Pittsburgh, but we're not going to talk about that.
He's so overrated.
I would take Doc over Troy. I don't care what anyone says.
I think Troy is great, but I think
11 days out of 10.
I think Troy is great, but I think they hype up the fact that he jumped the offensive line against Terry Collins as this biggest deal, as if Brian Dawkins was not in the box as well, or Jeremiah Trotter back in the day, stopping and run support and trying to get sacks. Like, he wasn't just a back in the back. He was a free safety that also a blitz from the free safety. He was one of the ones that kind of made the free safety blitz one of the best things in the game.
Troy Polamalu is a rich man's Bob Sanders.
Wow, that's so disrespectful.
On the field.
I'm not gonna say you're lying though. I'm not gonna say you're lying.
Hey, what's the best of it? What's the best ability in all of sports?
Availability.
Availability.
And you know what? I've said that because at one point in time in 2006, I had Bob Sanders as a top 3, but he was just hurt too. He was hurt, but he was hurt.
He's my favorite.
He's
one of my favorites. He and Adrian Wilson were two of my favorites.
Adrian Wilson was dope too. Dope.
But like to Brian Dawkins though, Brian Dawkins, I'm glad that he got in. I was sad that he didn't get the title because I think he was on that 05 team. That
he was.
That I was really
with McNabb when he just couldn't get there.
Because
when McNabb threw up in the huddle.
One of the main reasons McNabb felt the way he did, and the reason why you guys made 5 straight NFC title games was because of that defense mainly.
Who's Weapon X?
They set the tone.
That's Dawkins.
That's Dawkins.
Yeah.
And then
NFC all time. No, that was Ronnie Lott, but okay.
It's his opinion.
I thought he was saying
everyone's allowed to have their own opinions.
But no, Weapon X is great, and I had his jersey as a kid. I had the all black as a kid. He's great. He's great.
Sweet.
And
the best of
one
that
of
era.
one of my best Madden seasons ever was on Madden 03 with Brian Dawkins when I had 160 tackles, 12 interceptions, 7 touchdowns, 6 fumble forces, 6 fumble recoveries, 3 safeties, and 4 blocks. And 10 sacks.
Damn.
The user picks.
That alone is a Hall of Fame.
You just
Were you
switched
playing on
hands
rookie or
and rolled
or
the
all
field.
Oh
Madden?
no! When it came to Madden, I was on Madden, but I was blowing teams out 120 to like 22. I was blowing them out like the whole time.
That was me in NBA Live 03 or the one with Steve Francis on it. No
That was
one
02.
could beat me.
All right, guys. So we all agree Brian Dawkins, one of the best to play this game at safety position. Great Hall of Famer, great Philadelphia Eagle, and it was heartbreaking to see him go play with the Denver Broncos. I remember that. It was very tough. So let's go on and let's talk about our Super Bowl predictions. We're all gonna make our preseason picks.
Oh,
Obviously,
I didn't know this was a segment.
This is going to be probably changed by midway through the season because this is always what happens. But as far as coming out of the AFC, bro, the AFC is loaded with talent. They got a lot of good teams. I can see any of these teams coming out. The Ravens, the Browns, Kansas City, maybe Buffalo. But if I had to pick right now, all the additions that Kansas City did to their offensive line, they really, really upgraded it. So, I feel like the AFC is theirs to lose. And I know that kind of seems like the safe pick, but I do think the Browns and Ravens are coming for them, though. So I will say it's going to be tough, and I'll even throw Tennessee in there as a wild card, dark horse. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Kansas City, and then over in the NFC, I think it's loaded too. I think a lot of teams are going to have a real chance. I think that people need to pay attention to San Francisco. They were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They're coming back healthy. If they can stay healthy, they'll be a problem. I'm not betting against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And Tampa Bay and Tom Brady is also going to be a problem as well. So, if I'm going right now, I'm going with the State Farm Bowl. Green Bay, Kansas City, Super Bowl prediction for me.
What everybody thought was going to be
someone else.
Year.
It's the same scenario in both conferences.
Because I got to get ready to get up for work. I'm going to just say this. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay, and I'm going to ride with my team and go Baltimore. I think this is the year that they're going to show to get it done, just for the simple fact of just from the way that how I've seen them kind of do this offseason. They made that divisional game with a COVID offseason. They didn't get a chance to work out. They didn't get a chance to understand each other. They didn't get a chance to learn new offenses and nuances. And then I do believe in the resolve of the quarterback that we have. I think it's not going to be easy. I do think the teams that they're going to have to worry about, of course, is Kansas City. It's going to have to be them, Buffalo, Cleveland. But I think you also mentioned with Tennessee Titans, they are the ultimate wild card because just when you want to count them out, they're the type of team that'll come back and come in. And at the end of the day, I still just think that each year the Ravens seem to be getting closer and closer and closer. It does start, to me, the one team that's really in my eyes is more so Kansas City than Buffalo, because when they beat Buffalo, they didn't have a good game. It was one bad decision from the quarterback that really wasn't a bad decision. He just threw it a second too late. If he didn't throw it a second too late, that'd have been a 10-3 game or a 10-10 game. It would have been a whole thing. I just think that in terms of who we play and how we are mentally against that team, I feel more confident us beating Buffalo than beating Kansas City. So if we can beat Kansas City, I will give them the nod to go against Brady. And I would love to see Brady play against the one quarterback that he absolutely adores and absolutely loves and respects his game, which is Lamar Jackson. And I'm not taking – I can't get – until you beat Tom Brady, and I made this point earlier in another group chat, to me, I still consider him the best player in the game because, number one, there's not a player in this game that has not sat there when you say his name and don't say the same thing. He's the best, man. He just knows how to win. You left one conference and came to the next one and won immediately. I cannot take that crown from you, and I cannot take you guys out of the Super Bowl until somebody shows that they can beat you.
Yeah. It's a repeat other than, and it's the same thing in both conference. It's a rematch of last year, or it's whoever beats Kansas City or whoever beats Tampa. I'd love to see Buffalo or Cleveland or Baltimore against Green Bay or whoever beats Tampa. I don't want to see Tom Brady and.
So you're saying, who do you think is the biggest threat to beat Tampa in the NFC? If you had to pick right now. You got the Niners, you got the Rams, you got Green Bay.
Seattle.
You're going with Seattle. All right.
I think the Rams are the best shot at beating. You talk about
the NFC because James said Frisco, and that was the one thing he said from that division. I'm like, you're high.
I got the Rams.
How am I high as a kite?
NFC,
I actually picked the Rams to win the division.
Oh well, you said San Francisco as one of your 3 picks for.
I don't think the Rams are going to get any.
I think people are not paying enough attention to San Francisco. That's a great roster.
It's spectacular.
That was brutalized.
I think everyone is paying attention
by
to
injury
in the NFC West.
Last
Maybe
season,
not the Cardinals, but the Cardinals could easily.
They have all the key ingredients. They have all the key ingredients. They have a great defense. They have a great offensive line. They have good wide receivers. They have George Kittle. They have a great team. They have a legitimate chance.
Anyone in that division
to your
playoff run.
To your point, and Jay, I'll let you because I know you want to give your pick. It'd be funny if San Francisco has an Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick type thing where Jimmy G gets them this far, then Trey Lance comes and finishes the rest of the way.
Right.
Yeah. And because of how the NFL has played out in years, and the guy coming in is always unpredictable, so I could totally see that happening. But I think that next year is going to be a part 2. Especially in the AFC because of the results of last year's Super Bowl. The Chiefs didn't just lose, they got embarrassed. And sometimes when you get embarrassed, you get motivated. I mean, the Chiefs, the high-scoring Chiefs offense only mustered 3 field goals and got taunted at the end of the game. So you think Mahomes isn't pissed? You think Tyreek Hill isn't pissed or any of them? Yeah. I think,
easily the worst game of Mahomes' career.
Easily the worst game. And
I don't know.
And also,
the Detroit Lions once held him touchdownless.
Mahomes was terrible in the Super Bowl. That was his worst game.
Mahomes was terrible in the Super Bowl. Like, don't get it twisted. He was horrible. The crazy part is he really didn't play that good in the Super Bowl that he won until like the second half.
Yeah.
He really didn't play
Damian Williams should have been the MVP.
Thank you.
Running back.
I've said that over and over. Damian Williams should have gotten most valuable player.
Patrick Mahomes once got out-dueled by Jared Goff in the second highest scoring game in NFL history. Jared Goff.
Your quarterback.
Exactly. 2 words.
That's the QB that did that.
Jared Goff's like, why not us? Honorable mention for Sports Moron of the Week. Jared Goff is like, we can win this division.
But I have a repeat. I have a repeat. I got Chiefs and Buccaneers part 2. I got the Bucs repeating, but it'll be a lot closer of a game than it was last year.
All right.
I got it.
All right. Well, that's pretty much our predictions. And let's go on to our favorite segment, Sports Morons. I am going to go first because I have something to say. This shit's ridiculous. The shit that happened this week. The shit that happened this week, and I know a lot of people aren't really like as big as fans of the other kind of football, aka soccer. Let me just I'm gonna be quick. Cristiano Ronaldo, there was a bunch of rumors about him going to Manchester City. He used to play for he played for Manchester United, which is like the arch rival club, for many years. So that's really like his OG team that he played for. So like all the Manchester United fans were talking shit about him when all these transfer rumors were going on. And they were setting his jersey on fire, taking videos of setting his jersey on fire and saying he's a snake and he's a traitor and all this other stuff, all based on rumors. And then when it actually came to be, he went back to Manchester United, not Manchester City. So that's like the equivalent in NBA terms, like when LeBron James had went to Cleveland, except he didn't like LeBron went to Miami and the fans were burning the jersey because of that. They burnt the jerseys not because he left or whatever. They didn't do this when he went to Real Madrid. They only did it when he went to when he was allegedly going to Manchester City. So it just shows that like they're not appreciative. They don't deserve him. He's one of the greatest players like in history of any sport, and you're burning a jersey based off of rumors. For me, you're like the biggest fucking sports moron of the week. So they don't deserve Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a bunch of bullshit. So they deserve it.
I'm about to dip out because I'm walking. It's 8:45. Not for but to your point, consider the fact that you burn a jersey because the guy was saying something, but yet when a player does a thumbs down, it's a problem. Okay.
Oh, hang on, and that goes to my sports moron of the week. And that is
Javi Baez.
Mets fans. And hear me out, okay? Because they have been booing them and everything, and of course you heard Javier Baez. He did a thumbs down to the crowd. He didn't appreciate it. Now, my thing about it is this: is you ride with your team no matter what. I get it. You're a little frustrated, you're a little upset, but I mean, you booing them like the enemy coming in the stadium. Now, this is why, and maybe this is just today, but hell, I'm going to say it. This is how they made Sports Moron of the Week. What if I told you that earlier the Mets were down 5-1? They erased a 4-run deficit in the bottom of the ninth and then scored the game winner to win. And guess who scored the winner? Javi Baez.
I saw it. Saw it on the ticker.
That's hilarious.
And I was like,
and then all of a sudden it was cheers. And no. Y'all was booing.
I'm going 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dude said,
nope.
I'm reading the comments, and I see, I bet Javier misses Chicago. He probably does. He want to ring with him. The Mets fans don't deserve Baez and whatnot. And I leave that to whoever. All I know is, as of today, that fan base is Sports Moron of the Week, considering what happened just today in the game's results.
Well, Mets fans are one of the biggest, dumbest fan bases in the world, so yeah, definitely not surprising there.
Facts.
They helped us when they were giving us Matt Harvey.
So Dom, what's your moron?
Joe's still here. He needs to give his. I want to go.
Joe, what's your moron?
I don't actually have a moron, and I'm actually about to leave. So I will talk to y'all later. I had I can't remember the screenshot I sent you guys, but that was like during the week. So all right, you guys. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man.
They don't do.
See you, bro. Check out of here.
How's the hook 'em horn? Which way is it?
It's this way, bro. It's this.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
You do that way as they sound, but yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but I got my little. I'll be all right. I'll see y'all later.
All right, bro. Take care.
You walking around with them.
Jesus.
All right, Dom. What you got?
Collectively, for not one but 2 offenses, it's the entire Philadelphia Eagles football organization, team, franchise.
Okay.
I see you chose violence today.
Not
this will be good.
3. Hang on. Let me finish. Won't take long. Not only did you cut, I believe, your leading receiver last year, merely based off a 3 or 4 week flash, Travis Fulgham, you also further shattered the confidence of your starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts, by signing the best backup in the NFL. So, no due respect to your GM.
You're trolling, right? This is a troll.
The whole coaching staff.
Honestly, bro.
That's why you lose that bet.
You make no sense. Our receivers sucked last year. Travis Fulgham, as much as I've been a Travis Fulgham biggest fan, he's been terrible. Your best 6 receivers? He's been terrible this training camp and preseason. He has been getting outperformed by everyone.
Receivers?
Also, Devonta Smith is here now. We didn't have somebody like Devonta Smith on our team last year.
A fun-sized Marvin Harrison.
Okay, don't say anything if he absolutely torches the Lions this season.
Oh,
Jeff Okudah has nothing for Devonta Smith. I promise you.
Jeff Okudah is 4 games away from being the biggest cornerback bust in NFL history.
Exactly. He has nothing for Devonta Smith.
Do we play all this year? No.
And as far as
No, we do.
Minshew,
We do.
what are you even talking about? They got Minshew because of Flacco being terrible, not because of Hurts.
Oh, you said that earlier, and I said that's where you're wrong.
Not
you're
wrong
like
though.
20% right.
I'm like 90% right.
20.
Yo, what
No,
week
the
y'all
Eagles
play?
have always valued backup quarterbacks. We won a Super Bowl because
why
we
is
invested
that?
in
How's
Nick
that not a
Foles.
big vote of no confidence for Jalen Hurts? Again,
That makes no sense.
Again.
This whole team has confidence in Jalen Hurts.
Why did they go?
You're
get the
saying
best
because we
backup
got
in the league
Minshew,
then?
they don't have confidence in Jalen Hurts. It makes no sense. Makes no
Why
sense.
did they go get the best backup in the league then?
Because we have the worst backup in the league.
No, we've got 2 of the 3 worst, but keep going.
They wanted to upgrade the backup position.
Who's the worst backup in the league?
This has nothing to do with Hurts. It has everything to do with Flacco.
It's not. Joe Flacco is probably the.
It's
the 10th
about.
best
I'm
backup.
telling you, it's about Flacco. It's not about Hurts. It is not about Hurts.
You're right. It's not about Flacco. It's about Hurts.
It's not about Hurts. It's not about Hurts.
Right. It's your show.
Worst backup.
It's literally not about Hurts, though.
It's your show.
So hold on. So Flacco's worse than Nathan Peterman or C.J. Beathard?
Thank you.
He's pretty terrible. I mean, I'm just saying
Joe
the guy
Flacco's one of the 10 best. How many other backups have a Super Bowl ring? Tell me how many.
He sucks. He's washed. He's cooked. You haven't watched him.
Sure.
You haven't watched him.
He's better. You'd trust him more than C.J. Beathard.
And I trust Minshew more than I trust Flacco.
Sure. Well, sure. I would too. He's the best backup in the league.
Hey, all I was saying is I don't think I'd go as far as saying Flacco's the worst backup. It's some pretty less than journeyman cats out there.
Flacco's
okay. He's not the worst, but he still sucks.
Flacco is
no, I mean,
top tier.
I'm essentially agreeing with both of y'all. Has he been playing bad?
Tom was just trying to create controversy. Like the team believes in Hurts. The team believes in Hurts.
Tell me 10 backups that are better than Joe Flacco. Go ahead. Tell me 5.
I don't want to. I don't have time. I don't rank backup quarterbacks.
I don't either.
Who takes the time to rank backup quarterbacks? I don't do that.
Do the research and get back to me.
I'll say this: I would have rather had Foles back than get Joe Flacco.
Me too.
Is he on the street now? Is he signed?
The Bears are trying to trade him, but they're not really getting any offers.
Man, Philly paid them motherfuckers $35 so y'all can get him back.
I mean, I would have taken him, but it's kind of too late now.
I
mean, I would have taken him over Flacco.
I wish Detroit had a statue of a Super Bowl quarterback, even if it is Foles.
I just won't go as far as saying he's the worst backup in the league. I mean, there's some pretty unwinnable cats out there.
He's not the worst backup in the league. I was just exaggerating, but I think that they made the right decision.
They had a good one, and they went and got a
no. They needed to upgrade that position, and they did.
Boy, Jalen Hurts. That's why it's
not about Jalen Hurts. It's about Flacco.
It is.
You can think it's about Hurts if you want. It's not.
Why would they trade for the best backup in the league?
In case Hurts gets injured. Of course.
Okay.
You know that they named Hurts the starter today, right?
I know.
Or did you miss that?
I did not.
You're just trying to make a quarterback controversy that doesn't exist.
I don't want there to be a quarterback controversy. I fucking love Jalen Hurts. I'm sick and tired of him getting disrespected.
It's not about Jalen Hurts. It's not. So your sports moron makes no sense.
I hope you're right. Even if he's healthy, he's still only winning 5 games.
Well, I bet he'll win more than that. I'll bet he'll win at least 7 or 8.
Whoa.
I'd bet on that.
Is that a parlay?
Yeah. Guess so.
I like Jalen Hurts.
We'll work it out.
We'll
work it out.
I'd rather have Jalen Hurts 8 days out of 7 over Jared Goff.
So would majority of anyone that has common sense.
Right, because the contract and the talent.
And because Goff sucks. But also, yes, the contract.
Yeah, he got us an extra draft pick. That's what he got us.
Yeah, it's really about the bigger picture. But anyway, guys, this is probably going to lead us to the end of the show. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Please leave a like. It'll help the algorithm push it out there, help us get more views, bring more people to the Gauntlet. So with that being said, Dom and Jay, thank you guys for being here. Would you like to give any shout outs before we leave?
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, my apologies. I came in late. I've been moving all day and everything.
All good, man. It's all good.
And everything. But yeah, you can catch me on the Sports Gauntlet, co-hosting along with James Tatum and Tyler Ingram on Tuesday nights. I'm in Central Standard Time, so it'll be like 7:30, 8:30 Eastern. Also, you can catch me on the Sip Off, hosted by Megan Price, Anthony Brown, and Jahan Phillips. That's on Thursdays at 7:15 Central Standard Time, 8:15 Eastern. Also, you can catch me on Visual Dramatics on Roku. You download it on your Roku TV or on your phone or whatever, and check us out. We are at 1 million streams a month and growing. And next month will be the 1 year anniversary. I'm gonna be dropping my commentary about it soon. Like I said, I've been kind of making moves here lately and trying to get situated and whatnot. But most definitely check me out. I'm also on Twitter at NellyNel13, NELLI, NEL13. Shout out Craig Davis. Shout out Marshall Hill, my Commissioner Kings fam. See y'all next week.
All right, Dom.
Strictly this. It's all I'm really into. Sports Gauntlet, Tuesday, 8 p.m. James Tatum. YouTube, Philly Gym. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
Go Eagles.
It's your host with the most, and we're getting out of here, man. Thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up. See you guys next week.